Came all the way to the great old USA to talk to you guys about some amazing projects they're doing down there, and going to give us some insights on materials they use, equipment they use, strategies, what it means to hire the very best people and equip them with the very best materials and equipment to get the job done right. Because if you got the best people but inferior products, that's going to drag your best people down and vice versa. So that's going to be getting started in about 3.5, 4 minutes, so please stick around. We'd love to share some things with you. All right, check, check, check. How are you doing, Dean? We're about 10 seconds out.
Well,
Yep, you sound good.
yeah, I'm good.
All right, you look good too.
I'm ready to go, mate.
I feel good.
Yeah,
I sound good, I look good, I feel good.
yeah, that's me.
One of those is true.
It's me. It's still, but it's still early, right? So
Yeah, it's still early. A lot can happen between now and the end of the day.
that's it.
All right, folks. I'm Brantley. With me today is Dean Barr from Hychem Infrastructure.
Correct.
And where are you from today?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Melbourne,
Australia.
Melbourne, Australia. And you
Yeah.
flew all the way here
Just to see you, mate.
just
Yeah.
to see me and to
Yeah.
take in the
And
sights
take
of beautiful Las Vegas.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, now the weather here this year for World of Concrete is probably one of the best years I've ever experienced. So how does the
Great.
weather here compare to Australia right now?
Well, my colleagues would tell me that Melbourne is rubbish,
Rubbish.
weather-wise, because we've got a lot of Queenslanders with us.
Okay.
And of course,
I don't know. I don't understand what that means, but
well,
I'm going to go with it.
Queensland's like your Florida.
Oh, okay. Say
Yeah.
no more.
Say no more.
I can't say anything else. I'll get in
Okay.
trouble.
Yeah, I'm always in trouble, mate. So
Okay, you
yeah,
and me
it's
both.
good. But no, the weather's good. The weather's
Okay.
good. We've got the Australian Open
Mm-hmm.
underway, so that's when the weather normally comes
Yeah.
at its best. Yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about yourself, Dean. Like, what do you do?
What do? I've got the pleasure of running a team of very experienced sales guys.
Mm-hmm.
When I say sales guys, it's a loose word really, because most of them come from the trade. Either started as young men in installing materials, and that's the case with somebody like, we call him Dinos because he's a dean as well. We've got a young guy called Rahman who's an engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and he does all the calculations and so forth for us, and he's a very passionate young man as well. Simon Ross, which is very familiar with some of your people already. So our main focus is not only to have the best products, but to have the best people.
Mm-hmm.
And we certainly have that,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, you've introduced me to some of your guys. They
Yeah.
seem like great guys.
They are.
I'm going to take your word for it that they're the best in the business, because
Well-
from what I can tell, you guys do great work.
We do. But it's like all, we're not trying to be arrogant by any stretch. We just believe in our team, and we give them a lot of scope to work their magic.
Yeah.
We, like your earlier guest, we're very much into our compliance.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, having the best products, the best people, and having very compliant products,
Mm-hmm.
and being very much participating on site, and ensuring that the end result is going to be good for not only ourselves but for our client.
I gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha. So we've heard a little bit about yourself. We've
Yeah.
heard about your amazing team.
Yep.
So what is Hychem infrastructure like? What do you guys actually do?
Okay, so our focus is on literally infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
So that could be from ports and marine to structural, from transport, so a lot of road bridges and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Geotechnical, mining, so right across the board. And in each sector, we break it into sectors, and each sector has an expert that runs that sector,
Yeah.
which allows our team to do a bit of a deep dive into that sector.
Yeah.
So rather than being a jack of all trades, master of nothing,
Mm-hmm.
we really have a good, well-focused team in each sector.
Yeah.
So,
Now, is there a specific region that you cover, or do you cover the entire nation?
well, my colleague Ludwig, he would just say the world.
Okay.
All right, but essentially, we're right through Australia and New Zealand is our primary market.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that, we've just picked up a very large job in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that draws on expertise. And
Building that trust.
I can't be understated. It's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what's drawn us to FasTrac.
Okay.
You know, we're very fortunate to have Patrick Taylor, who looks after us.
You can't see him online, but Patrick
Yeah.
is right over there looking incredible.
And Patrick is he's a machine. We love him.
Does he call you at all hours of the night as well?
He will call at all hours of the night as well. And that's but in saying that, we live in the other part of the world. We need him available at all hours of the night. So no, we're very fortunate to have Patrick, and obviously the wider team of FasTrac. There's not a bad one amongst your group, mate.
Oh, there's
You
a
know,
bad one. You're sitting
yeah.
right next to him.
Yeah. You know, and we've got great support from John and Jeff.
Mhm.
It's just incredible, you know.
Yeah.
And relationship by a handshake and a trust is
Yeah.
that's the most important thing.
Yeah, those relationships, those
Yeah.
handshake,
Yeah.
like that doesn't happen a lot anymore, and it means
Well,
a lot in this industry.
It should happen more, right? So, but we're very fortunate to have found FasTrac,
Yeah.
and we're very excited about the new opportunities that's presenting to our business in Australia. But we're also very excited to have this relationship,
Yeah.
and we feel the trust, and we feel the importance of developing FasTrac as a brand in Australia.
Hmm. Now, you talk about trust, and a lot of people talk about trust, but one thing that we don't talk about is how do you build it? Because trust doesn't come
No.
free. So it's like a deposit over time. So
Yeah.
how is FasTrac made deposits into your trust over the years?
I guess the main thing is to get an honest answer, and have some urgency, and not be scared to say no. That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
To me, that's the biggest part of a relationship, is that level of, when you're in the trenches,
Yeah.
trying to come up with a solution or find a way if there's a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that you've got the back of your supplier,
Yeah.
and that extends to our contractors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're very lucky, we're very fortunate here today. We've got our applicators from Melbourne, Spartan contractors, and we also have our friend Ryan from Rawworks, and people like him make our job a lot easier.
Yeah.
And we invest a lot of time into them, and they into us, and essentially they're not scared to tell us how it is, or they're just, I like sponges. So
Yeah, you got a good team, and
Oh, yeah.
hopefully you got a good product.
we know we've got a good product.
Now,
Yeah.
are you allowed to talk about some of the products that you use?
Okay, so in the FasTrac,
Sure.
across the board, yeah, FasTrac is, our focus has been on some major projects in Australia, which we're still working through.
Mm-hmm.
And as we all know, these things take time. But we're sitting in a very good position to secure a project that we'll all be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a small project. I can't say what it is because I'll let everybody else in the world know what
Now,
it is.
on a-
But
you said-
HPC is, we brought a new colleague that started with us just a week or two ago, but is very well known in the industry. His focus is very much in the grouts, and I'm listening and learning from him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very familiar with all your team.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I say all, but part of your team that from other areas of where he's come from, and so it just keeps on growing.
Mm-hmm.
And we were fortunate to have a very good discussion yesterday regarding how we're going to kick it off in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's looking good.
Now, you mentioned hybrid polymer concrete, HPC.
Yeah.
Am I mistaken? Was there an award given out recently for like a project that was completed in Australia?
Yes. Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about that, or is that super
well,
secret?
No, we can talk about it, but it wasn't FasTrac. That's going to come. The awards will follow on that. But okay, the award was for a project in Perth,
Okay.
Australia, and it won the best design, the best bridge in every which way, and we applied some bridge deck membranes onto that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's important that we secure these works, win this work, because it opens the door for all our other products, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in Perth in particular project, we have then a bit of leverage to begin and talk to them about other products, right?
Yeah.
And now we're looking at a lot of projects with FasTrac in the northern Western Australia, where there's no batching plants, so the HPC comes into its own.
Mm-hmm.
So the need is greater.
Yeah.
For that. So we a lot of our projects that you can't be seen. There's always tend to be buried, but we've won some major projects in Australia. Yeah.
Now, the fellow that was being interviewed earlier, his name was Bob, and he was from Q&D over in Nevada. One of the things he said is you never take an untested weapon into the field, whether that's equipment, material.
Yep.
So how important is it for you to test all of your products in advance before you deploy them on a job site?
Very important. And I totally agree with Bob. You know, we want to be the hero, not the villain, right?
Absolutely.
So again, by selecting the best staff, and I'll bang on about that, allows them to do a deep dive into the materials. As I said, we've just got a new colleague that started, and the first thing he wants is all the materials. He wants to test the materials, and so he can be comfortable. In fact, when he gets back, we're doing some tests using some of the gear that we've bought already from yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Materials before he actually goes onto the job site.
Yeah. So some of the people out here might not have such a big organization to be a part of. Maybe they're just starting out. They own their own construction crew, their own contracting firm. So you've already mentioned one of the key things to growth and sustainability, and that is having good relationships built on trust. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you would encourage folks here at the show to really focus on in 2026 to ensure that they continue to scale the business?
Yeah, I can only speak for ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always look at our information. So the verbal word is often had. The follow-up information for a very compliant-driven, risk-averse environment that we live in now. So our information has got to be king.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody working in the infrastructure, it's not always just about price.
Yeah.
So we don't fear price in the sense we can be competitive, but we hold our own because we're providing a lot of very good solutions. But those same solutions have got to be very compliant and accepted.
Mm.
So compliance, your technical information and your people, just keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going. And like I say, the main focus is to deal with clients and customers who you can have a very honest, straight relationship with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, one of the things you mentioned earlier is things don't always go according to plan.
No.
Sometimes it rains.
Yeah.
Sometimes it pours.
Yeah.
And sometimes things happen in the field that you weren't counting on. You tested it time and time again, but on the day of, something just doesn't go the way it should. And you keep on mentioning your relationship with FasTrac being built on handshakes, trust, and just honoring your word.
Mm-hmm.
When things go sideways,
mm-hmm.
can you always trust that someone's going to be on the other end of the line to pick up the phone?
Not only trust, I know.
Yeah.
So that's where the difference. But you know, our business that Ludwig has been involved in for something like 27 years. Is that correct? You know, he's been there the whole journey from selling himself to running the business. He's my immediate boss, and the philosophy that we have that sometimes a problem becomes an opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same token, we feel always confident if we're selecting the right partners to be able to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, mate, we've got an issue here. You know, it's all turning sideways. What can you do to help us?" But you know, equally saying that it's the contractor as well.
Yeah.
You know, if they're problem solvers as opposed to people that just burden you with their problems, it's a big difference. So selecting not only the right supply, but also the right contractors, that's a big focus on ours. Yeah. So when we know, and it does happen. It does happen.
It happens to the best of us, and the thing is, everyone's a great partner until things go sideways.
Oh, yeah.
And then they usually just ghost you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know you've got a good partner whenever they pick up the phone and they work with you to find a solution.
And look, it's a bit of flirting on the way through. You know, I'm of a certain vintage now, so I've made enough mistakes and I don't like the pain.
Oh, no one likes the pain.
I don't like the pain, so but I think you've got to have a pain to make progress too.
Oh yeah.
So you know, so we've learned a lot along the way, and like I says, you know, there's the way our team is put together, the more vintage people in the company there to see the younger guys develop and grow, and we're their mentors, and you know, and to assist them along the ways. Yeah.
Now that you brought up something that's really, I think, is really neat. So you've got the vintage.
Yeah.
You got the vintage, then you got the younger guys.
Correct.
And you're seeing like them just flourish. They're coming in with new ideas. But you've also got the experience and you've got the wisdom. So how do you marry those two things together? You've got the vintage wisdom, but you've got the young enthusiasm.
Keep the enthusiasm, I say, and allow them to. We don't want to dominate their thoughts. Yeah. We just want to guide them, and they again, quality people. They know where to find you when they want some. We don't want to override them. I think making a couple of mistakes is not a bad thing, you know. So allow them to go and do their thing, but we're always there to support them, encourage them. As my colleague Ludwig would say, they're like family. So we just want the best for them. We've had wouldn't say I had our turn. We've got a number of years yet to go yet, so guys, don't get too excited. But at the same token, we want to see them be the best they can be. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think that we share that, right, Jeff, in FasTrac, and that's what binds us together. Mm-hmm. You know, we can be miles apart, but we got the same thoughts
Yeah.
on how we should work with people.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, that's pretty much all I've got for you. If people want to get a hold of you, how long are you going to be at the show?
Until Thursday.
Until Thursday.
Yeah, until Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything at the show that you just can't leave without?
I've seen a few things, but that's another story, mate. So
Okay.
I better keep that one quiet.
All right, no problem. Well, hey, does anyone out there have any questions for Dean from Hychem Infrastructure Australia before he takes his leave? I see some whispers happen over there. We got a mic. You want to speak into the microphone?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Patrick, what questions do you have? Everything's covered? How about that?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. A broken clock is always right at least twice a day.
Yep. Well,
Hey.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Yep.
Let's give it up for him. Thank you so much.